nākoe, e ranui, e papatuanuku, tēnā koro, e ngā mate, haere, haere, haere. E te honga ora, e te haukainga, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. May there be peace in the heavens, peace in the land, peace between all peoples, and peace with us all here. Let us remember those who have gone before us, our Creator, our Earth Mother, and our Sky Father. Welcome to everyone who is from this place, and welcome to those who are visiting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If I can firstly acknowledge our local organisation and President Lingapa Kalburgi for all of your hard work in bringing this inaugural convention together. Can I acknowledge other important guests who are here from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Dunsuk Lal, if I can especially acknowledge you as head of the Auckland Indian Association, and for this wonderful facility, the Mahatma Gandhi Centre, and many of our other community leaders who are here. But perhaps most importantly, I wish to acknowledge and welcome those people who are visiting here, friends from Australia and India, who are here for this auspicious occasion as we inaugurate the Asia Pacific Organisation and come together in this way for the very first time. You're very welcome here in Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, and I wish you a very, very successful inaugural convention. You have caused me tonight to break one of my rules in life. I tend to have events virtually every day of the week and every weekend. And I generally have a rule that at Easter weekend I don't attend anything. Easter weekend, as you will be aware, for those of us of the Christian faith and tradition, is the high point of our spiritual calendar. Some people think it's Christmas, but it's actually Easter that the Christian faith and tradition is based around. And so it's an important part of the spiritual year for we Christians, and it's also an important time for me to spend with family. And so generally speaking, I don't attend events over Easter weekend. But I simply could not say no to this request when I received it from Lingapa and Lena. And I say that because of my long-term friendship with Lingapa and Lena over many, many years, because of the important local connection in my Mount Roskill constituency where we have the well-known Kananakuta Library, and because of the fact that I have attended over many, many years Basava Jayanti events which are held often in our Mount Roskill community. But perhaps most importantly, because over that time I have built up a deep natural affection for the Basava philosophy. I believe that the philosophy and the themes that were taught by Lord Basavana 9 centuries ago were inspirational and were world leading. And I draw great inspiration from them myself when I hear about them from you. In many respects, of course, the teachings of Lord Basava were very much ahead of their time. He inaugurated the world's first parliament, and that, of course, is one of the reasons why his statue is placed famously outside the House of Commons in the United Kingdom. Many centuries before women achieved equality across many societies, Lord Basavana taught about the essential equality of all human beings, regardless of caste, creed, or gender. And of course, he was also inspirational in his teachings about the value of the work that all people do. And for me, as someone who has a background and a grounding in the Labour Party and the Labour movement, this is particularly relevant for me. That belief that there is inherent dignity and value in the work that all of us do, and that we can all serve God and we can all serve other people through that work that we do for each other. And we should not put the work of one person up here and the physical work of another person down here. Anything that we can contribute through our labour and our work is of value to society and is of value to God. And that is something that I connect with very strongly in the teachings of Lord Basava and of Basava Samiti more generally. There was one other thing that I draw great inspiration from in the teachings of Lord Basava, and I'll read a direct quote from him. He once said, "What sort of religion can it be without compassion? You need to show compassion to all living things. Compassion is at the root of all religious faiths." And I think around our trouble-strewn world, in which there is so much conflict between peoples, between faiths and between nations, if we all remembered that call to compassion and kindness and understanding at the heart of all of our religions, then this world would be a much better place. And so I acknowledge your community for the way in which you continue to live out that fundamental belief in the value of compassion at the heart of all of our religious systems. I want to finish from one of my very favourite quotes, and it's from a woman you will have heard of before probably, and that is the 18th century author Jane Austen. And she wrote those famous novels, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Jane, and other books which have often been turned into movies. And she once said this. She said, "Preach the gospel to all the world and use words if necessary." She was a committed Christian. In other words, what she was saying is that we shouldn't just sit in a corner with our religious texts and tell other people what to do. We should live out our own faiths and our own beliefs by doing good things which help other people. And that's something that has always connected very strongly with me, and it is something that I've seen very strongly in the teachings of Lord Basava and in the activities of Basava Samiti. Lord Basava did not just sit in a corner reading his holy texts. He was someone who was out there creating social reform and change as a poet, a philosopher and a prime minister, giving freedoms and giving opportunities to people who had been left behind before. And if we can take a small amount of inspiration from that and do some good work in our countries and in our world today, then we will have left a positive legacy. So I finish by thanking Basava Samiti for all of your good work, acknowledging the way in which across the different countries you are working together through the new Asia Pacific organisation, and wishing you the very best for the convention which you will carry out over the next couple of days. Thank you very much again for the opportunity to be with you here to say a few words. I'm very happy to have broken my rule and been with you for this historic occasion, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Thank you.